this person's the top candidate, you wake up the next morning, they're gone. Next person, how does that happen? That doesn't happen before. It's this process of acceleration that we're going through with that. So in our own lives, that comes to us as an increase in what we perceive as volume of life events happening faster. So life events are everything from deaths, weddings, moves, events that we had to attend, we had to go through. Things that were newsworthy in our lives before, with our families and our friends and our group or the country, and more of those happening, and more of those happening faster. So, what do? Well, can you do everything? No, it's impossible. But there's a lot of guilt that comes up if you don't do it sometimes, right? Because we've been programmed to do that. Oh, it's someone just died. I've got to, I remember him from childhood. I've got to start my life and fly across the country and go to this funeral. Well, really? Do you have to do that? I don't know if it's vital. There's so much happening right now. Maybe other people need us more to be present where we are and to take care of what's currently happening. So this thing's going to pick up an acceleration as we go through the year. We get into accelerate the perception of what we are experiencing with that. We get into another time acceleration later in the spring, another one this summer, another one this fall. And we're already running fast compared to what we were before. So this is going into other levels in terms of our ability to deal with this. So if you think about a dancer like a ballerina, and they're just spinning, and how do they keep this like center kind of point? They keep their orientation, keep their center. They don't lose it, or otherwise they would fly up against the wall, even though they're moving so fast. So whatever helps you stay centered. You need a process, we all do. And this will change several times during the year. Formerly, meditation worked pretty well for centering. Now, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. And starting your morning with some practice that kind of makes sure that before you get out of bed, that you have one thing for that day that is absolutely critical for you to take care of, that you're getting a hit on intuitively, that you need to take care of. Not 80 things, not 20 things, not keeping some list or something, because lists don't work anymore. They're just we're going so fast that by the time you make a list, and then you walk over here and deal with your life for an hour and come back, it's outdated. It's just not relevant. So, so this is compassion for ourselves, to be compassionate for ourselves with what's happening. So if you can get up in the morning and have one thing that your gut is telling you you can accomplish for that day, and you can actually get that done that day, you're doing it really, really well. Because most people aren't doing that. They're having more difficulty. What's happening is they're getting up and they're saying, I have these 5 things that I'm going to accomplish, just like I've always done in my life. At the end of the day, they're absolutely worn out. They have 50 things that they've acquired as responsibilities or opportunities or changes during that day. And they forgot about the first 5 things. So, maybe you can remember for what. Sometimes when things get very complex in geometry, we have to go back to simplicity to be able to accomplish it. So staying centered and narrowing down what you can reasonably expect to do, because you have to build in now this year a very wide margin for the unknown, and the unknown's unknown.